Welcome to today's session on ladder friction. Like, share, subscribe, press bell button for latest updates. Let us know about a ladder. Ladder is nothing but a vertical or inclined set of rungs or steps. Okay, it is everywhere seen and it is used in common practice for so many requirements like painting, electrical work, or it can be in the construction field, right? So it is used everywhere. So before getting into the actual engineering mechanics part of ladders, so just let us see what are the types of ladders you have. So this is not actually there in the syllabus. This is only being discussed just for curiosity purpose. The different types of ladders and applications. So basic bamboo ladders, it can be seen everywhere in India, very common, and it is used in the construction work as well as electrical pole repairs or painting, etc., etc. And nowadays they are being replaced by so many other types of ladders, which are discussed now onwards. So the basic extension ladder, this is quite common. Commonly used by the firefighters. You can see the ladders, they can be made up of aluminum or so. They will be extended or they can be collapsed. There will be some teeth and lock arrangement which will be there. So by just pulling out one ladder, so that will be locked into the other ladder. So that's how this extension ladder will work. And A-frame ladders, so these will be used in the open areas where there won't be any support. Typically used for cutting the trees or cleaning the window tops, etc., etc. And telescopic ladders, these are little advanced ladders where they will be extended or collapsed into small or shorter part so that it will be transported, carried very easily, and also it can be elongated for an extra length. Okay. The other type of ladders are attic ladders. So usually this will be seen in in the houses where there is some attic. Attic is nothing but the room which is within the below the same roof. Okay, it will be a little above the room. So room or a hall, so it can be assessed by using this attic ladder. This is an example. I mean, this is the another type of extension ladder. Okay, it's the same extension ladder only, but it will be used to assess the attics. And most of the times, I think you might have seen these Hollywood movies where outside there'll be some outside, I mean, backside of the house, uh, to uh, to escape from the second story bedroom. There will be some extension ladders which will be there. Okay, and you might have seen in Hollywood movies like Jackie Chan. Usually, he'll be using these attic ladders to escape and all. Okay, that's another example. Next, flexible ladders. These are also used to escape out from the second story or third story bedrooms. And these flexible ladders, you might have seen in the helicopters where the flexible ladder will be thrown out, and people will get down from that, or they can use that ladder to get into the helicopter. So this is a usual scene in case of movies with helicopter scenes, right? Next, podium ladders. These will be very sturdy and stiff, and these can be used to assess little higher heights in case of painting as well as in case of electrician work with using the gun nail guns. Okay. And multi-purpose ladders, these are actually a combination of most of the other ladders. Okay, this will serve the purpose of most of the other types of ladders, where it can be extended, or it can be made into a podium ladder. Okay, something like that. So these are the different types of ladders which will be there usually. Okay, this is not there in the syllabus, I'm just repeating. Okay, it is just for your curiosity. Okay, next, you may ask me a question: why this ladder friction for you people? Okay, the answer is lying in the next scene which we're going to play now. So there is a person who wants to climb a ladder, okay, for a specific reason, maybe a painting of this wall, or maybe attaching some photo frame, or etc. So what actually happens when he goes up, you should know actually. But without knowing that, if you climb, yeah, what actually happens, you will see now. As he climbs up after some time. Oh no. Yeah, so what has happened now? Can anybody tell me? Yes, definitely there is a sliding of the ladder which has taken place. Why this sliding of the ladder takes place? So we know that in the friction topic which we have studied earlier, so wherever there is a contact surface, and the surfaces are rough, there will be friction. So definitely there will be friction over here, and there will be friction between the wall and the ladder. So as the total reaction, or the total force transferred downwards, and the total force which is transferred to the outwards, if it exceeds some value, so the sliding will take place. Okay, so that means up to certain frictional force, okay, up to the forces which are lesser than the frictional resistance, the ladder will be at rest. Otherwise, if the forces exceed the frictional resistance of the either the floor or the wall, definitely the ladder will slip or slide. Okay, so why do we need to study these things, as you have seen very now itself? Okay, so in order to avoid these kind of accidents, so what we need to do, uh, we need to study about that. So if you know about the causes for the accidents, in any case, you can have a better chance for avoiding them by predicting or analyzing the process. So this is only, this thing will not happen reality in reality. If you try to study about that, what actually happens if you climb up, at what angle the ladder has to be placed. Okay, and all that, if you first in the beginning only, if you learn or if you try to analyze it, so there won't be any accident like that. So it is very important to predict or analyze the process of this climbing up the ladder. Okay, so always we need to uh, keep solving these kind of problems. So usually for ladders leaning against walls and resting on the floor, the most common type of accident is that the ladder will slip against the surfaces. So usually the bottom surface will slide outwards. The top of the ladder will slide downwards. Okay. So most of the accidents in the ladder happened usually due to these kind of sliding. 75% of the accidents have been happened using this, I mean, because of this kind of sliding. So the other accident may be cutting down of the some steps, or some damage of the ladder, or something like that. Okay, so majority of accidents have happened like this. So it's very important to uh, study these kind of the next. So in the previous the sessions, we have actually solved problems on these kind of systems, where you can see because of the application of forces, there will be n number of reactions which will be developed. If you consider all the forces together, okay, so they will constitute a non-concurrent force system entire. Okay, all the forces, if you consider together, that will be a non-concurrent force, because they are not meeting at a point. And what we did actually, we had considered them separately. Okay, we have splitted uh, and we have drawn free body diagram separately. And what actually happened then, that system has reduced to two or more number of concurrent force system. Okay, so if you have a concurrent force system, you can easily apply two equations of equilibrium, which are nothing but sigma fx is equal to 0 and sigma fy is equal to 0, and you can able to find whatever there are unknowns. Okay, this is what we did in case of connected body problems. Okay, but in case of ladder problems, so if you consider all the forces like the the reactions which are coming over here, so I will talk about these reactions, how these will be developed in the later point of time. So as of now, just consider there will be two reaction at the bottom surface, two reactions at the top contact, and there will be weight of the person and the weight of the ladder. So all together there are 6 forces, and it is very clear that from the figure they are not meeting at a single point and they are non-concurrent force system. Okay, so this is the diagram, the free body diagram, two-dimensional diagram for the ladder. Okay, so you can see they are not meeting at a point, hence it's a non-concurrent force system. And thing is, as in the case of previous topic, that is concurrent force system, I mean the non-concurrent force system converted to concurrent force system, you cannot convert this into concurrent force system, because it's a one complete body. You cannot, because you cannot split it. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to consider as it is all the forces together, and this forms a non-concurrent force system, and you should use 3 equations of equilibrium. That's nothing but sigma fx equal to 0, sigma fy is equal to 0, and sigma m about any point equal to 0 to find out the unknowns. And in addition to these equations, you may have the friction equations. That's nothing but F is equal to mu times N. So there will be 2 equations here. For Fw is equal to mu times Nw, and ff is equal to mu times nf. Okay, so those are the other 2 equations which will be there in the case of non-concurrent force system. So you just need to apply them and find out whatever forces are necessary. So this is the need for the ladder friction problems. You need to apply 3 equations of equilibrium: sigma fx equal to 0, sigma fy is equal to 0, and sigma m is equal to 0, and it will be equilibrium of non-concurrent force system. So that is all the difference between the previous friction problems and the ladder friction problems. Okay, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, press bell button for latest updates.